Hey, what's up, man? Viva la Bam! Viva la Bam! Hey, listen, all right. I don't know how many people from my neighborhood, pretty much, probably not a lot of people in my neighborhood from my block, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm from a place in the Midwest where a lot of dudes they weren't necessarily watching skateboarding and all that stuff. Your Tony Hawks and all that, but I got into skateboarding on accident. Really, I don't know how I got it. I think my father or my brother got me got me Tony Hawk Underground, and that was the very first skateboarding game I played. I got a nice taste of playing some type of skating, whatever from like Jet Set Radio, and I really took a liking to it, man. Skateboarding and all that stuff. It was pretty cool. It was awesome. I really, really liked it. It was dope. They had people like Bam in there from Tony Hawk Underground. You had Bam, you had Tony Hawk, of course. Everybody knew Tony Hawk, so I was a big fan of Tony Hawk, and I just loved it. And the music, everything was different. Growing up in the hood, you like the hood music and all that. I was big into 50 Cent, Eminem, and all that stuff. But I was like, yo, man, I'm liking this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm really liking it. This is when MTV was really popping. So you had a like, Sum 41 and all these songs. So I'm really taking a liking to all this stuff. Although I'm on the block, listening to, what we listen to in the streets, but I still took a liking to this stuff. Somehow, some way, I don't know how the heck it happened, but I know I got my hands on a PSP. I got a PSP PlayStation Portable thing, and I got it. And I remember I got some video games. I got like Ape Escape. I got like some Midway Treasures or Capcom Treasure collectible games, whatever. And I don't know. I think this is like the first time I saw where you actually can have a portable device that could play movies and stuff. Remember, this is pre-internet. It's like 2006, 2007. All right. So I had never seen anything like this before. You can actually watch movies and stuff on the go. So I bought this. I bought a DVD or whatever like that. I really didn't think nothing of it, man. You know what I'm saying? And it turns out to be Viva la Bam, Bam Margera. I don't know why I keep saying. I've been saying that for years. Margera, my whole life, man. I've been saying Margera my whole life, dude. But I've been watching some interviews recently as of late, and I'm like, oh, I've been saying his name wrong like all these years. But nah, man, like him and his family and his friends, I really, really love this show. The pranks and stuff that they will pull off, just the wildness, the freedom. I knew him more so from Viva La Bam than even his skateboarding. And I knew he was an awesome skateboarder and all that stuff, but I really was like, yo, man, this dude, like, his show, he was the type of dude like I really was following alongside him before even Jackass. Like for real, I knew of Jackass, but to really literally watch every episode. Well, I think I watched Volume One. Like I have a PSP, I have Volume One, but I watched everything, like every single one over and over again. That's what I watched, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm drawing this piece right now. But as I'm watching some of the interviews and stuff, and I'm just listening to his family. Everybody's older now. I think they got like five grandkids and stuff. From his parents got five grandkids from him now. He's married now. And just seeing how they're reminiscent over everything that happened in their lives. Everything that happened with the show, how he started skateboarding, how his parents met, how he even grew as a skateboarder and got signed by Element and Nike and all these things, and just they're going over all these aspects of their life and everything that's happened and the type of life that this guy has lived, man, has just been it's been a roller coaster and it's just been amazing to watch. I mean, this guy literally, grew up in front of a lot of people. He grew up in front of us over the years. And, we get a chance to see the ups and the downs and all that stuff, and some people can be pretty harsh, but, it's difficult being able to having to make mistakes and stuff in front of the world. That's not an easy thing to do. A lot of people will always talk in hindsight about what they would do, this, that, and the third. And it's like, yeah, but I'm really I'm really, really happy to see his journey. I'm really, really happy to see their family still together. Their family unit, how they are together, say what you want, but I'm like, I wish, you know, uh, I had that kind of connection, with my like with everybody, my friend, like with friends, family, his mom, they practically raised everybody. Everybody would come to their house. Their house was the spot. Now as a matter of fact, my grandmother's house was kind of like that, but it wasn't free range. You blowing up stuff and all this type of. It was nowhere near that. Trust and believe. But everybody did go over there at one point in time in my life. Everybody would pull up to my grandmother's house and it was lit. But to have that type of family unit and see them all still together and laughing and all that stuff through the ups and downs, and of course from the people that are no longer with us, rest in peace to all of them. It's really cool to see that and just to hear them. I'm supposed to be meeting Bam tomorrow for the very first time. He's going to be coming to my store, so it's going to be really, really cool to be able to get a chance to meet him. But yeah, man, I'm a big fan of Bam. I'm a big fan of Viva La Bam and just all the pranks and stuff they did. And they were pushing the envelope, man. Like a lot of the things that you see today, they did that, man. Jackass, and Viva La Bam and all these guys, they really put on for the culture and their culture and the skateboarding and just took it past just skateboarding. When you see people do skits and stuff today, that's just a another form of what they did, but what they did was a little bit more dangerous and a whole lot more fun. Being able to pull pranks on your parents and stuff like that, man. Oh, that's just golden. Like just to be able to say, look, we're going to give you a ton of money. This is we want you to just come up with the most outlandish, craziest thing that you can come up with. And I want you to film all day, and I just want you guys to make it happen. Turn the whole house blue, or whatever. Blow up a car, make it look like you blew up the house. Skateboard all through the house, put snow in the house. Like, yo, this dude was like he is the ultimate prankster in my eyes, man. And he did it with his friends. He put his friends on. He put his family on. He still represents with his mom and his dad. He has to conquer his demons in front of the world. I mean, that's not easy, bro. And I'm just here for it, man. I'm happy that he's doing a lot better. Happy that he's happily married. He's found somebody that really has his back. He don't even want to travel or anything without her. Like she really holds him down. So I'm happy for him. And yeah, man, this guy's a legend. This guy right here is a legend, man. Viva La Bam. This dude is a legend. He's legendary. And I can't wait to meet this guy. So I just wanted to make a video about that. I never actually could skateboard, by the way. I tried like maybe once, and my balance was not having it. So I immediately ceased that activity. I couldn't do it. But as far as watching other people do it, I thought it was really cool. The music, all that stuff was really cool. The atmosphere, just being able to hang out with your friends and hang out with the guys, and y'all just really just living it up, man, and just being homies. And like I really, really, and just anytime I see him, it brings me back to that time period. I remember that time period of the early 2000s, and seeing all these videos for the first time, seeing these pranks and stuff. And this is pre-internet. Everybody wasn't glued to their phone and stuff. Like you could go and talk with your friends, or even the video games, not all these crazy, you got to pay for everything and DLCs and all this stuff. Like it just seemed like a little bit more, it was a little, I don't want to say calmer, but easier times back then, you know? Like a lot of even now, let me tell y'all something, man. Real quick before I get off of this. But even right now, where everything seems crazy and everything is in turmoil, yo, there could be another situation that happens years from now or a year from now where we'll be looking back on this day like, dang, man, those were easier times. So, we got to try to enjoy the moment, because look how long it's been. I think that was like, what? I think it came out in 2005, bro. That's what, 20 years ago. 20 years ago. His mom and him is like 60 something now, man. I'm like, I'm like, wow, time does not wait, man. And you know, I'm really glad I'm gonna get a chance to meet these guys. So I just want to say shout out to Bam, shout out to his family, his wife, his mom, the whole crew. The Bam Castle, all that stuff. Like I never went there. I think it's in what Rochester or something like that, or somewhere in Pennsylvania or something like that. I would have loved to visit there. I don't know if they ever had people visit there or whatnot. I know one of their friends stay there now, but and then it come to find out that Bam does artwork. That's another. I was like, yo, wait, what? Bam does artwork? I thought that was really cool too. I've seen some of his artwork and things like that. So he actually made his own language that I found out. He has his own language and stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I found he had a video where he was talking about it and he held up this picture. So I paused it and I looked at it and he has his own letters and all that. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna put his name Bam, but it's going to be in his letters and stuff like that. So anybody that just seeing it who's not a fan or they're not really familiar with the way he with his language and all that stuff, they're not going to know what it is. But if he's memorized it like he said he has, he'll definitely recognize it a mile away. So I definitely want to do that as a nice little Easter egg, a nice little touch in here for this picture that I'm making for him. So yeah, man, shout out to Bam and his family. Uh, his uncle was hilarious, man. His uncle was hilarious. Rest in peace. Ryan Dunn, rest in peace. Um, but yeah, man, that show brought a lot of memories to me. And when I found out he was coming to my store, I was like, yo, this is crazy. You know what I mean? This brings back a lot of memories for me, a lot of good times. Cause I remember when I was on the PSP, I would just watch this show. I'd be laying down and just watch this show. I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, it was like back in 2010, and I was bored. Everything had nothing to do. I didn't know anybody. I was on the far north side, and I would just lay down in this apartment room, no furniture or anything like that. And I would just lay there and I would watch I would watch that, on my PSP at the time. Like I didn't have no cell phone with internet and all that type of, like a smartphone or anything like that. So I would either play on my Nintendo DS, play some Kirby, or I'll watch some Viva La Bam, and I've watched that thing so many times, like over and over and over again. So I oh man, them days, man. I'm telling you, all the skateboarders, like the Tony Hawk Underground times, the Viva La Bam times, the Jackass times, all them early 2000s, have a special place in my heart. Because I'm a, I remember a lot of the 90s too, early 90s and all that, but it's like every era has a special part in my life. And that's definitely Viva La Bam, the whole crew, that show, his mom, his dad, all like Don't Feed Phil. Man, like all that stuff was just like legendary, man. All that, like, no matter where his dad went, he couldn't go anywhere in the entire like city to get food. They wouldn't feed him. Like, yo, man, how do you pull off some of these pranks, man? They will party so hard. The whole neighborhood, everybody would just pull up and just have a good time. Like, man, oh my, no, nobody on their cell phone. Everybody just turned up, listening to music, drinking, just having a good time, man. Turned up like that. Oh man, dude, what? It was like a college party ever, a college slash, rock and roll. And see, I didn't even know like into the heavy metal and Maryland man, all that type of stuff that he was into. Like I didn't even know anything about none of that stuff. So when I seen it for the first time, I'm like, oh snap, like they're into this and they're into that. And I'm just like, yo, what is this? I had no idea what this stuff was. Had no idea. But this stuff was like, it was so new and fresh to me, and it was just like, wow, look at the type of life these guys live. Look how they all prank each other and have a good time. When you got a whole bunch of friends that's just willing to be like, look, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and let's just do it. And everybody just like, yo, let's do it. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is insane, man. You know, it's really, really crazy. So, yeah, man, this is gonna be historic for me. You know, I know this dude gonna be like, yo, who is this weird black dude? Like, but nah, like for sure. Like just as much as I was listening or, to 50 Cent or watching BET Uncut and all that stuff, trust me, man. I was watching Viva La Bam as well. And this back in the day, man, where it wasn't as cool as everybody trying to make it seem to watch, anime and all this type of stuff like it is now. Like, you wasn't going to high school or middle school or whatever talking about you was watching skateboarders and stuff. At least not on my block. You wasn't doing that, man. And it wasn't like you just can't do it, but you just gonna be looked at as a lame or a goofy, like, bro, you lame. Is that like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, the girls wouldn't think that was cool and nothing like that. So there's just something you just really ain't talk about. But that was definitely what I was on. So if you were a fan of Viva La Bam, let me know in the comments. I'm just here for the comments. Let me know one of your favorite episodes from Viva La Bam and all that stuff. Like, had a lot of good memories, a lot of good memories. That's when everybody was cool. Him, Johnny Knoxville, all them guys. Like, them were the days, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, to this day, I still love Tony Hawk Underground, all that stuff. Like, to this day. So, like I said, let me know what y'all think, and I'll talk to y'all a little bit later, man. I'm just here for the comments as usual. And y'all be cool. Peace. And I'll talk to y'all later, man. 100.